What's up, guys? Hey, Facebook, YouTube, and the rest of the world. Simone here, and I have some breaking news for you. I just got this information hot off the press, like they would say in the world of media. So I wanted to take a minute to stop by and to share this unfortunate news with you. So as you can see with the content scrolling at the bottom of your screen, NexConnect and Radiance Productions withdraw from producing World Creole Music Festival VIP 2025. So for everyone who was looking forward, you've experienced the VIP treatment from NexConnex and Radiance Productions during World Creole Festival. I have, and it was a wonderful experience. The last time I went to World Creole Music Festival was in 2023, and it was a wonderful VIP experience, but it is no more. So I just got this circulation about the withdrawal of NexConnect and Radiance Productions. So it reads, I'll read it for you, and then you can let me know what you think in the comments section. It says withdrawal from World Creole Music Festival 2025 VIP. NexConnect and Radiance Productions withdraw from producing World Creole Music Festival VIP 2025. It is with a heavy heart that we announce NexConnex and Radiance Productions will not be producing the VIP experience at the World Creole Music Festival 2025. Our impact. Since 2019, our team has worked tirelessly to raise the bar for the WCMF VIP experience, delivering a level of hospitality, ambience, and organization that has had a transformative impact on the festival and the image of Dominica globally. Through Radiance and NexConnect's VIP activations, we have directly employed hundreds of Dominicans across a range of multidisciplinary roles, infusing the local economy with millions of dollars in direct expenditure. In just the past 2 years alone, 2023 to 2024, the total direct economic circulation from our VIP exceeded 2.7 million Eastern Caribbean dollars. So that is 2.7 million Eastern Caribbean dollars. An achievement exclusive to the VIP section. So they made that money only in VIP translation. This figure does not even account for the impressive off-book spending generated by our clientele on luxury accommodations, premium hotels and villas, private transport, and curated tours, fine dining, nightlife, as well as shopping and retail experiences throughout Dominica. Our VIP guests are not only high spenders, they are distinguished investors, entrepreneurs, celebrity influencers, and key players from across the Caribbean, North America, and beyond. Their presence at the festival brings lasting value to Dominica as they often continue to contribute to the island's growth and profile long after the music fades. We are incredibly proud of that legacy. However, after months of delays, missed deadlines, and a prolonged lack of communication, we have no choice but to formally withdraw our interest in producing and curating the VVIP at WCMF 2025. So I'm going to repeat that for emphasis. However, after months of delays, missed deadlines, and a prolonged lack of communication, sounds familiar? Does Ross come to mind? We have no choice but to formally withdraw our interest in producing and curating the VVIP at WCMF 2025. The timeline behind our decision. There has traditionally been a mutual understanding. Let's get back to where we were. The timeline behind our decision. There has traditionally been a mutually understood time frame for finalizing contractual arrangements related to WCMF. Unfortunately, this period came and went without resolution, despite the importance of timely confirmations for adequate planning. At the start of the year, we communicated clearly to all relevant stakeholders, including Discover Dominica Authority, Dominica Festivals Committee, and the Ministry of Tourism, that we would be unable to consider participation in the upcoming festival cycle without the proper closure of prior agreements. After an extended delay, we received the outstanding settlement from a previous festival year and once again advised key members of the VIP Festival Planning Committee that any expression of interest, EOI, for future participation would be contingent on timely resolution and communication. So, translation, they were owed more money or they were owed something, and they were finally able to receive that something, and they reinforced that in order to proceed, they need a resolution going forward. So they're asking that their payments not be delayed as it was delayed previously. Despite consistent outreach from our team, there was a prolonged period without meaningful engagement. A meeting was eventually convened to address outstanding reporting matters, and our documentation was submitted promptly. However, further follow-up took considerable time before any feedback was received. Historically, ticket launches and other major production milestones are initiated by early summer. That benchmark also passed without the necessary groundwork being laid. Following the public launch of the upcoming WCMF cycle, we were contacted with concern regarding our absence from the EOI process. We respectfully reiterated that we were still awaiting closure on previous obligations. Senior government offices also became involved in an effort to support a resolution. Once the remaining items from past agreements were finalized, they finally get their money, we submitted a comprehensive EOI detailing a vision aligned with the significance of this year's milestone festival. A reasonable timeline was proposed to support effective execution, with a response requested to keep production on track. Since that time, no formal feedback has been provided beyond initial acknowledgement despite further outreach. Most recently, we issued a final notice was to all involved parties indicating the urgency of the matter and the need for firm decisions. As of now, that final window has elapsed without resolution. Why this matters? We know the people of Dominica have been eagerly awaiting news on this year's VIP experience. Well, yes, because I was waiting to see because I'm trying to buy a ticket to go to Dominica, but no VIP this year. Today's update is not the news we hope to share, but it is honest. We acknowledge and respect the current RFP process and the efforts being made to advance the year's festival. However, at this late stage in the calendar, it is logistically impossible to deliver an experience that meets our professional standards and the expectations of a Jubilee year. With less than 2 months remaining, there is simply not enough time to finalize production plans, launch sales, collect deposits, ship materials, and construct the required infrastructure. Especially in today's uncertain economy, marked by fluctuating tariffs, ongoing conflicts abroad, and the looming hurricane season. New unpredictable impacts on our supply chain logistics are compounded by potential budgetary constraints, limiting our ability to adapt without bearing personal financial risk. The reality is, global shipping alone takes 45 plus days, not to mention procurement, staffing, and marketing timelines. Therefore, we have made the difficult decision to withdraw our interest in continuing our role or participating in this year's process. A final word. We are deeply grateful for the love and support from our patrons, partners, and the Dominican public. As proud Dominicans ourselves, it has always been our privilege and honor to conceptualize, launch, and evolve the VIP experience, driven first and foremost by our love for country. Over the years, our motivation has been rooted in a desire to give back, to elevate our national festival, and to celebrate the vibrant culture that makes Dominica unique. Throughout our stewardship, we made it a priority to integrate and showcase elements that celebrate the soul of Dominica's cultural heritage. One of the cherished traditions was the inclusion of Earl Etienne's art studio at the festival, offering patrons a chance to experience the creative genius of this local master. When Earl passed, we honored his memory with a dedicated memorial paying tribute to his enduring legacy as a Dominican icon. We also curated features highlighting Dominica's most influential leaders and cultural custodians over the years. WCMF VIP celebrated the immense contributions of luminaries such as Alwyn Booley, Lennox Honeychurch, and others whose lives' work helped shape the island's artistic and intellectual landscape. These thoughtfully crafted tributes brought a deep sense of meaning and pride to each edition of the festival, underscoring our unwavering attention to detail and commitment to authentic cultural representation. Through innovation, careful curation, and a deep commitment to service and national pride, we have worked tirelessly to uphold the highest standards. We believe in the importance of the World Creole Music Festival and remain committed to Dominica's cultural and creative industries. We thank DDA, DFC, and NOT for the opportunity over the past 6 years. And we sincerely hope that the festival continues to grow in strength, quality, and reputation. We remain fully supportive of the festival's vision and wish the team every success in the planning and execution of this year's event. We look forward to exploring opportunities for future collaboration. We are grateful for the relationships we've built and the memories we've created alongside the Dominican people. We step back with pride in what we accomplished and with peace in knowing that we upheld the standards of excellence at every stage. We remain committed to excellence and look forward to producing organized world-class events in Dominica in the near future, where planning, respect, and execution align. Thank you for your understanding and continued belief in our work. So again, for anyone who was looking forward to the VIP experience at the World Creole Music Festival 2025, NexConnex and Radiance Productions has withdrawn from producing that experience for Dominica. So very disappointing, very unfortunate. Again, if you have attended the World Creole Music Festival in recent times, at least for the last 6 years, they have been the ones putting together that wonderful experience for our enjoyment, for the pride of showcasing so much more than just the World Creole Music Festival. So it is very unfortunate to see them withdraw from the festival. And what I want you to do is kind of translate because, there was a lot of fancy language and a lot of stuff that the local man on the ground may not necessarily understand. So I want for you to translate what they are saying. What was the issues and what was the challenges that led to their withdrawal from the World Creole Music Festival? And what will be the response of the authorities? Will we not have a VIP experience at the World Creole Music Festival this year? Will it only be regular tickets? Not that there's anything wrong with regular tickets, but think about the amount of money that VIP experience was bringing in. I think, what did they say? It was $2.7 million. And when we say $2.7 million, we're not talking about the experience. We're not talking about general sales tickets. We are only talking about the VIP experience and the ripple effect of that VIP experience. So from the hotels, from the Airbnbs, from the taxi operators, the hair braiders, you know how it goes. One event in Dominica creates a ripple economic event. So how many people are still going to the World Creole Music Festival despite no VIP? So maybe it's just time for us to all come back together as one, come back together as one community, socialize and mingle in the comfort of each other and not have that VIP separation. But I beg to differ when we look at the economic impact of that VIP experience. So we are waiting to hear from the powers that be what will be the solution, because as we saw in the piece that I just read, at this point, it is too late. It is too late to organize, but hey, we have some magicians in Dominica, so maybe they'll be able to pull a rabbit out of a hat and make this VIP experience happen. As for me personally, I'm very happy I got to experience it. It was a wonderful experience. You're right next to the stage, your food, your drinks, your luxurious lubes that I never use because I've trained myself not to use the restroom when I go out. So 8 hours, no restroom because I don't use public restrooms. Okay, but from what I heard, it was a luxurious lube, very well maintained. So let's see what folks are saying. Clyde Gregoire, nice to see you, my friend. They are going to give it to some foreign person to do. However, if that happens, they should know what to do. So, Clyde, do you think they have enough time to pull that out? Maybe the reason they were not communicating with them is because they had somebody else in mind. Maybe they're working with somebody else. But is that the professional approach to take? Where if you know you're not interested in engaging with a particular vendor anymore, you simply ignore them? Is that how we should be conducting business in Dominica? Joel says, make this shareable. I'm not sure why it's not shareable, Joel, because I just shared it from my page. So I'm not sure. Let me take a look. Yes, Joel, you can share it. You can share it from Push Past 10, or you can share it from D.A. Rose. Rasha, can't pronounce the last name. Baby, okay, not sure what that means. Let's see, Clyde again. Wilhelmine, go and sleep. I know it's kind of late, guys. I just got this breaking news. I was just doing Roots Connections from 8 to 10 p.m. And then I'm checking my phone, and my dear friend, I don't know if she wants me to call her name because, she sends me all the tips. She sends me everything that is going on in Dominica. So I better keep my sources quiet because, you don't want them to come for your sources. But anyway, it's all over the place by now because a couple of people have sent it to me since then. So Star Cheeseman says, no VIP, I not coming. Star, I agree with you. Okay, I'm going to leave that alone. Clyde says, VIP is where the chunk of the funds is made. It sounds that way. $2.7 million from the VIP experience. Avril Bertrand, no foreign person. All you already know who. Who? Avril will tell us. We don't know. We don't know. So why don't you tell us? Because we're trying to get answers. Look, I say it all the time. I come on here, I ask questions, I seek answers to report to the people. That's it. Very simple. Let's see. Brenda Albert, did the vendor put a proposal to the committee? Well, Brenda, go back and listen to everything I just read, and you tell us if the vendor put a proposal to the committee. Okay? I think it will be very clear to you once you go back and re-listen. Clyde, anything is anything for these people. You should have listened to somebody else's live from St. Lucia earlier. Jefferson, Winston, why is everything lack professionalism back home? Good question. Star, and with all these top artists, how are they expected to break even? Star, that is the question of the day, the week, the month, the year. Well, first of all, from what we are hearing, this thing doesn't make a profit anyway, because so many tickets have been given away for free by the powers that be, by power reps and ministers. The scene. I'm not going to expound on that. Clyde says, you see you need to stop as if you're playing blind in Antigua. Okay, so that's a shame for somebody in Antigua. Star the VIP really pui. So guys, this is a serious concern. So this is a serious concern because, and if you logged in late, you missed part of what I was talking about. Remember, you can always go back and catch the replay, but this is a serious concern because, like we all know, the VIP experience brings in a tremendous amount of funds to the World Creole Music Festival. So who knows? Tomorrow there might be a press conference. Let's hope people at the press conference don't just come and speak off the top of their heads like they normally do, and then they and then they get upset when I repost exactly what they said. I don't edit it. I don't use AI. I simply repost what they said. And then they send their press secretary to tell me, do you think that was a very responsible post? Oh, clearly I must answer to the press secretary. But the last time I checked, my last name didn't start with a D or with an S. Well, it used to start with an S, but now it starts with an M. So we are waiting to hear what the VIP experience at the World Creole Festival 2025 is going to look like, because we are now being told that while we were all here sitting waiting to find out the price for VIP, what is going to be included in VIP, now we're hearing there shall be no VIP. So we are anxiously waiting to find out what's next, right? Where is the VIP experience going to come from? Let's see, Avril. It is extremely unfortunate on so many levels. This VIP, PVIP takes months to plan, so they always knew they were not going to choose this team. Well, again, maybe they have someone else, and they will let us know this week because the time is going tick-tock, tick-tock. What is this? July, pretty much we're in August, September, October. So people need to put their money together to buy their VIP tickets. So powers that be, please let us know. I might still stand a chance that I might still pay the $1,000 for a week to come down to Dominica. But without a VIP experience, I am not going to come to Dominica and stand in Labu, stand in mud with my nice shoes where I could be in VIP undercover. Instead, let's see, Clyde, Brenda Albert, you've been shaming on JC's look before you leave. Okay, Clyde, clearly you're in a personal conversation with people on the Facebook Live, so I'm going to leave that alone. So guys, sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but I had to just come on very quickly to let you know the status of the VIP in Dominica. So if you hear any resolutions, if you hear anything that has changed where there is a VIP, that again brings in a total of $2.7 million from the festival. We are looking forward to hear from you. You guys already know how to reach me. Messenger, pushpast@gmail.com is my email. So link me up, let me know, because people are concerned. And this is going to be unfortunate news for a lot of people who probably already bought their tickets. Because when I saw the ticket prices rising, I bought my mom's ticket already, right? Because I'm trying to get a ticket. Unfortunately, tickets to Dominica are still very expensive, if you ask me. So when I saw the ticket started to rise, I bought a ticket. Luckily, I didn't buy mine because I would be highly upset right now. So let me know what's going on. Until then, I'm Dr. Simone Matthew, and here on Push Past 10, we are all about harnessing the power of technology, international radio, social media, and podcast to leverage the expertise of our Dominican and Caribbean brothers and friends of the Caribbean around the world for the sustainable development of our country and our region. So, again, I just finished recording Roots Connections on Q. Check it out on Push Past 10. We talked about the Man series, how men navigating masculinity in this ever-changing world. So you want to go ahead and check that out and share it, because we're having a crisis of men in Dominica. So with that, I bid you farewell, good night, until the next time when we have an opportunity to engage. You have yourself a wonderful rest of your day. Let's see, Clyde. Just as the streets are filled with rubbish, so too everything the government does. So that's it. I'll see you again until the next time. Take care.